Chris Jericho 182 days, Jon Moxley just about 135 days. Those are the only two AEW champions in the company's short lifespan. I say that's a pretty darn good track record. Jericho was a very entertaining champion and was the right choice for the first ever AEW World Champion. And Jon Moxley was the hottest thing in wrestling and has been a pretty damn good champion so far. So if I had to predict 5 future AEW champions, these are the guys I'd choose. A young guy with tons and tons of talent that has unlimited potential, Jungle Boy has already bulked up a little bit since debuting in All Elite Wrestling and can cut a pretty solid promo. Back when Jungle Boy Jack Perry fought Chris Jericho and lasted the 10-minute time limit in that challenge, I started to believe more and more that he could be champion one day. Then he went on to have a superb wrestling match at Double or Nothing against the heeliest of all heels, MJF. As long as Jurassic Express could stay relevant in the tag division over the next couple of years, I could see Jungle Boy benefiting from fighting the likes of FTR, Lucha Bros, Young Bucks, Omega and Paige, and the rest of the stacked tag team division. At the end of the day, a feud about 5 years down the road with MJF over the AEW Championship will be an excellent sight. Speaking of MJF, the man who cost Cody Rhodes a chance at the AEW Championship will one day become AEW Champion. Mark my words, yes. The salt of the earth, Maxwell Jacob Freedman, is a bastard. But he is also gold on the microphone. Not only that, but the 24-year-old can back it up when he does step foot in the ring. To this day, MJF has only 2 losses on his record in AEW, and he'll let you know that he was never pinned or submitted. He's undefeated in singles competition. His in-ring work with fellow up-and-comer Jungle Boy over the past several months have given All Elite Wrestling fans a preview of what's to come over the next 10 years. One half of the current AEW Tag Team Champions and one half of the first AEW Championship match, Hangman Adam Page. Paige is a top-tier talent with a give-no-shits attitude and is just a badass cowboy. He was prematurely thrown into the first ever AEW Championship match against the odds-on favorite Chris Jericho. Having Paige lose was exactly what he needed though. After a few months of trying to figure out his character, Mr. Cowboy shit was born, and it's crazy to say that Kenny Omega isn't the biggest star of his own tag team. I'm not saying Omega isn't a star, trust me. When this tag team splits, he's going to get the broom out. Back to Paige though, he cuts a solid promo, drinks a lot of beer, and his buckshot lariat is a great finisher. There's absolutely no reason to doubt that this man will one day become AEW champion. Darby Allen has a very bright future as long as this madman can stay healthy. He stated previously that he's not afraid of dying, and my God, this guy isn't lying. Watching the videos and vignettes that he has on Twitter and on Dynamite leave me absolutely stunned on a weekly basis. His rivalry with Cody since the inception of AEW Dynamite has given him the spotlight, and he has made the most of these opportunities. Although he's cooled off a bit in the last couple of months as he hasn't been in a match since Double or Nothing's Casino ladder match back in May, the built-in feud with Brian Cage could even be for the AEW Championship as soon as All Out 2020. I'm pretty sure Moxley's going to retain against Cage at Fight for the Fallen, but if Cage somehow does walk away as champion, Darby Allen may be first in line to take a shot at Brian Cage. The other half of the AEW Tag Team Champions. Kenny Omega will undoubtedly 100% be the AEW Champion, and I'm predicting that he'll be the man to take the title away from Jon Moxley. Once Kenny goes back to being the cleaner, and him and Paige inevitably split, it's all over for the rest of the roster. Considered as one of the greatest wrestlers of this generation, Omega had put on so many classic matches in New Japan Pro Wrestling and has shown glimpses in AEW. The match with Pac back in February, the 30-minute Iron Man match, was one of the best TV matches of 2020. And then going back to the Lights Out match between the now AEW champion Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega, Kenny lost after those two beat the absolute holy hell out of each other. There were mouse traps, barbed wire bat, shattered glass, that barbed wire trampoline thing. The list goes on. Omega embraced his dark side in that match, so just wait until the cleaner makes it to AEW. Yes, I am predicting that Jon Moxley's title will be taken away sometime next year by the cleaner. Thank you everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. I know these times have been tough for everybody around the world, and I think everybody needs to come together and just support one another, man.